What's going on, guys? It's LadyB. We've got sneak peeks for the update, and today we're going to talk about a new super troop to come, and I'm going to go over anything that you might have missed with the update announcement yesterday as well, so stay tuned. So you might have already seen a few sneak peeks of this. It was announced in Japan, but the new super troop to come is a punk rock vixen, and it is the Super VALK. So we have the Super Valkyrie coming, and I'm actually really excited about this. We're going to talk a little bit about it because this kind of brings back the element of the Falcon, but now it'll be the Super Falcon coming along. And if you don't know what that is, the Falcon was a strategy that started around Town Hall 9, Town Hall 10, and it used the Valkyries with the bowlers and a queen charge together. So it relies heavily upon a big funnel here, and we've not seen the likes of this yet in Town Hall 13. Now, a little speculation here is she is vicious, she is wild, and she may be out of control. And with that, we might see a bit too OP of a strategy coming out with the Super VALK, but you guys judge, because I'm going to show you a couple of attacks. Again, it relies heavily on funnel, but you can wind up having some mishaps through this in the testing that I've done and still get to see some incredible value with it and pick up the triple anyway. So we'll take a look in just a second, but let's talk a little bit more about the Valkyrie and her special ability. Now, the Super Valkyrie will be available starting at Town Hall 12 with this level 7 VALK, but it will go up available into Town Hall 13, and that's where we're going to get to see a little bit of the action. But talking a little bit about the Super Valkyrie, we get to see this special ability called the Farewell Gift, and with the Super Valkyrie, she drops a rage heal when she's defeated. So once these little raring vixens get knocked out down for the count, we see a rage spell come out. And that's why this is very beneficial to an attack strategy like the Falcon, because you're relying upon getting the queen, the Valks, and the bowler into the core of the base to do a lot of work. And typically you bring along rages, but this means you don't have to bring rages, because as they die out, we'll get the special rage ability coming along with it, and quite a bit of them. So we're going to keep an eye on some of the attacks to see that, but let's talk a little bit about their damage per second, their hit points. So we are seeing 300 damage per second. They do a decent amount of work here, more than their original counterparts. They've got 2,300 hit points, so they do take a little bit of a beating here. They're tanky. This is going to be a Dark Elixir troop still that you get to use, and you're going to see the same sort of concept from them, the area splash damage. But I know what you guys are waiting for. I know you want to see this in action, and I've got a couple of different attacks to show you with the Super Falcon. So again, if you're not familiar with what a Falcon is, it's the use of a queen walk leading into a charge with Valkyries and bowlers to back it up. And typically with this style attack, you're bringing rages along with you to rage up the Valks to really get them pushing through. But with the concept of the Super Valkyrie and using the Super Falcon, you actually don't need to bring along rages, maybe just one for your queen walk, queen charge portion, just to ensure that your queen stays alive, because you want her working through. And you can actually bring Zapquake, you can bring jumps, and I do recommend at least having a jump along with you. It's really going to depend on the value that you want to bring for the Zapquake. For the combination here, and what I've been working with, I actually prefer to bring the 7-1 Zapquake combo, and that's so I can eliminate typically the clan castle, and that requires in Town Hall 13 that you have 7 lightning spells and 1 quake. So this combination helps eliminate any factor of the queen and the Valkyries having to come into contact with a variety of clan castle troops, so you can eliminate that factor. And if you can get great value by eliminating the eagle at the same time, that is perfection, because then that's additional damage that you don't have to worry about raining down on your troop composition. So with this, we do go with the Zapquake Super Falcon, and let's take a look, and I'll break it down as we move along. So Falcon attacks are reliant upon typically a decent funnel, and that requires to start off with the queen walk portion. And with that, I've found with the Super Falcon, using the Super Valks, that you don't necessarily have to have a proper funnel. I've actually had it where I don't get a great funnel, I can still pick up the triple. So this is where I think it could be potentially a bit too OP. I'll put some extra videos on the tail end of this if you want to see different variations where a few things went wrong and it's still tripled. But for the most part, you line this up With your queen walk portion, the king is used to help with the funnel, and then we have the siege barracks as well, that extra bump. But one thing is, you can see here, I already cored out a portion of the base by eliminating the clan castle and some flanking damage, that scatter shot that was there. So that's big value. And with that 7-1 combination, I split it up because the scatter shot only requires 5 lightning spells, so I could spread the other 2 to take on an air sweeper, which helps the resistance from the healers, that they're not pushed back, and also cores out a little bit more of the base for the navigation. But you can see here an early warden ability to keep everything safely through. Not only the impact of the town hall, but the impact of the eagle that was raining down on those VALKs. We get them moving along. We've got the healers working through. This is very similar to a lot of those Yeti Smash type push strategies that you see, where you also want the bowlers working behind everything. So you want that tank. And this is where you can see, look at the beautiful display of spells coming across. We've got those VALKs dying out, the Super Valks when they die out. We've got the special ability, that rage that comes through and lends itself to the bowlers, to the healers, to move along and get that big power coming along. So that's what I think is super special about the Super Valkyrie and what we're going to get to see with it. But I do think we're going to see a lot of mass destruction coming along with this particular strategy. And as you can see, I still have the P.E.K.K.A. alive. I still have the King alive. The Queen, I believe, unfortunately died out already in the core of this base. The RC died out. But we have some Super Valks that did survive, working along with the Bowler, the Warden, and the King, and P.E.K.K.A. for the cleanup. So let's take a look through, and we're going to talk about one more of these Super Falcon strategies using the Super Valks. So again, we're going with the 7-1 Zapway combination for the Super Falcon, and the way I use it is by eliminating the scatter shot and the town hall in the core here. So that's also eliminating, again, that component of having to worry about the clan castle troops, which I prefer not to in this style strategy. And because we have the rage spell that comes along with the Super Valkyries, it makes it an easy choice that you can switch this up. You can also bring some heals along if you don't want to do the Zapway combination, depending on what kind of base you're looking at. And you can bring more jumps for an initial push coming in. But I do recommend that the jumps that you're using are helping your Valks get through some key areas. You just need to make sure that they're not taking on too much damage. Now with this, we have the eagle kind of right on the beginning here, so the queen can work her way through. I landed this funnel with the king trying to help move along, and you can see there's enough of a path for the Valks to try and latch on, work their way through. We've got the siege barracks working along the outer edge, but everything for the most part coming through straight into the core of the base, bar the queen here, who actually goes for a walk. But the key thing at this point is that we have the healers in the core of the base helping with the Falcon part of it, helping with the bowlers and the Super Valks, keeping them moving through. And we also had the king who moved along, so having that component helps a lot because the CC is eliminated, that clan castle's not there. It's no big deal because we don't have to worry about any air items coming out, and the king can help with some of the heroes in the core of the base. And of course, that's a huge function and bonus of having those Valks. Think of them almost as having minors. Now we do like the support of the hogs coming in. We didn't talk about this in the last one, but again, like we see hybrids and those style attacks, even Yeti Smashes, where you can bring a side swipe through of hogs. I like that factor combination because they can take on key defenses, where we saw the single IT that was there, and they help work their way through a line of defenses. Now with the queen walking, we had her work around the outside of the base. Again, not a bad thing. This is almost like a healer swap that you get to see with minors and hybrids, where the queen works along the outer edge of the base. We reserve her ability, and it wasn't even needed on this. That's how much power comes through with a Super Falcon. When you get the funnel needed, you get them working through inside this base. They can do a lot of work with the support of the bowlers, the warden, having another hero like the king working through. You can do a phenomenal amount of work. But a lot of key things here are ensuring that you have the healers with them, that you eliminate certain factors like the clan castle, and you can use that warden ability accordingly if there's some big damage coming through, or the town hall. This, we didn't need it for the town hall because they were working their way along the outer edge. So let's talk a little bit more about a few key things to come with the update. So other than the Super Falcon coming through, we just heard announced yesterday that we have an upgrade of the army camps. So in Town Hall 13, we are going to see an increase in army camp space. So we're going up to 300 troop space. So that's another big factor to consider with how OP some of these attack strategies are going to be, including this Super Falcon. One of the other things that we have coming to the update as well, which has been a little controversial, I hear mixed reviews about what people think of this, is the use of jumps for wall breaks. But I think we can see a lot of interesting stuff coming out of that, and that's the key thing here, is seeing the game change, the meta change. But I think the question is going to remain, is it going to be too OP? So the other big thing to come along with the update is the fact that you're no longer going to have to wait for a cooldown period to reuse the same super troops again. So I think that's going to be a big bonus for a lot of people. I know I've heard this in the past, that people wanted to be able to use their super wall breakers all the time. For me, I think I would choose the Super VALKs now for the Super Falcon, but I think that's a great addition to come. Let me know your thoughts on that one, the army camps, and about the Super Valkyrie. So with that concludes our video today for the Super VALK to come and some of the update changes that we'll have moving along. I definitely want to know what you guys think about some of these new things to come, some of the changes. If you think this is going to be too OP, I mean, there's a lot that we're starting to see. We know that there's really high hit rates in some of the top competitive clans and their war communities, but I think we could see a lot of interesting stuff coming out of this as well, with the addition of the the wall breakers with the jump spell and these Super VALKs. But stay tuned for more. If you aren't following my channel, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is LadyB. I'll catch you guys later.